Are you sick of searching the perfect song for your videos? And even if you find the right song, you don't really know how to use it to actually stimulate the viewer's feelings? If you say yes, then this video is exactly for you. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can boost your video editing skills using music, where can you get your music from, how to use music correctly, how important music is in your videos, and how much you are missing ignoring the power of the music. Are you ready? Without further ado, let's jump into it. So the question number one is how music is important. Music is actually very important because you have full control of the mood of your video, so you have control of what emotions the viewer should feel. That's a very important aspect, so ignoring it can make your video less attractive, and your retention graph will look like this. So the music not only gives your video a certain mood, but also significantly influences the viewer's retention, which everybody is fighting for nowadays. So I hope I convince you how music is important in your videos. Now I see many people struggle with choosing the right music, so where can you get your music from? There are some free solutions, which you are probably interested in, and some paid as well. Now the sorry truth, if you actually want good quality music and make your video good quality, unfortunately in most cases you need to pay for that. But I know this is something you don't want to hear, so I'll show you some free solutions that you can use at the beginning of your video editing journey, which are actually pretty good but have some limiting disadvantages. So most popular places where you can get your music are YouTube and SoundCloud. There's only one more, but I'll cover that later. Now what do those places have in common? I said they're free because yes, technically they are free, but actually there are a lot of specific conditions under which you can use music from those places, and it actually depends on who you get your music from, because YouTube as well as SoundCloud are platforms in which people from the entire world post their music, and every author has different conditions. Most of them uses Creative Commons licenses. Now what is Creative Commons? Maybe you've heard about that before, and this is an organization that covers copywriting, blah blah blah. All you need to know is that there are few Creative Commons licenses, and you can check them out on the official website, because on SoundCloud under every song there's a symbol of each license. The most common license is that you need to mention the author, for example in the description. When you are searching on SoundCloud, you can filter it by specific Creative Commons license. For example, you can search music that you can use commercially. On YouTube, you don't have any symbol of license, so you need to read carefully the description. But now, very important thing. This is something that I wish I had heard before when I was starting out. So let me tell you the secret, but you can tell anyone. When you are a beginner, and you have a small channel, you don't really need to worry about any licenses. I mean, no one will probably care that you use some music without mentioning the author. You just need to be aware that in the worst scenario, your video can be taken down or they can turn off the monetization. So if you're a beginner, don't make the same mistake as me, because I remember I was too afraid about all of that legal stuff. I wasted so much time and energy on finding right licensed music and so on. So I cannot advise you that you shouldn't care about copywriting at all, but just don't focus too much on that, because you can spend that time more effectively. But yeah, if you want to be sure that you're using 100% legal and the highest quality music, then you should consider purchasing subscription on some royalty-free sites such as Epidemic Sound, Storyblocks, Artlist, Motion Array, and so on. Obviously, the video is not sponsored by anyone, but since I started using such a platform, I can easily find the right song. I don't need to spend too much time on searching and worry about any licenses. This is just very comfortable and easy. Only one minus is the price, but I can guarantee you that if you start using such a platform, you won't be disappointed. So you can treat it as some sort of investment. But as I said, if you're completely starting out, then it's better to use some free music from YouTube or SoundCloud. But what if I tell you this one more place, which is something between paid websites and free music on YouTube or SoundCloud, and that is YouTube Library. Maybe it isn't top quality audio such as on some paid websites, but there you can find a lot of moods and genres. Also, you don't need to worry too much on your license because you have all the information given next to the song that you want to use. So I think this option will be optimal for most of new creators out there. So definitely you need to check it out. Right now we know how the music is important and where can you get it from. Now let's face the problem that most of you struggle with, which is right choice of music. Some of you say that you don't know how to choose the right music to match the right situation. To be honest, there's no specific answer what music should you use in what situation. It all depends what emotions do you want the viewer to feel in the particular situation. So just ask yourself that question. What emotions do I want to arouse? Once you know the answer, you can choose your music from a lot of moods and genres. You can search them, for example, on YouTube Library. So here are most popular moods and genres of music, so you can check them out and see what can fit you. Let me show you what music I typically use in my videos. I always want to make the intro most stimulating and engaging, so I usually choose the cinematic genre and epic mood. Of course, I know that cinematic music don't match every type of content, so just try to choose the music that will make the viewer interested. Now for the build, I like adding some hip-hop, trap, or lofi music, and some calm, relaxing, and sometimes serious mood. Now for the outro, I don't have any specific guidelines. Just remember that this is not 2015 and don't add music like this. To sum up, what I can personally advise you, if you don't know what music should you use, just go on YouTube library page and just try different moods and genres, and you will probably find something interesting. When you finally know where can you get your music and what music should you use, then let me show you how to use music correctly. I prepared 3 tips. Tip number 1, change the music when you move to another segment of your video. For example, when I moved from how to choose music segment to how to use music segment, then the music has changed. It helps separate your video into segments and the viewer stays more engaged than if the entire video had the same music. Tip number 2, make pauses and fade outs before music changes. If you fade out the music and leave some pause before you move to the next segment like this, you can also make your video more engaging, because such a pause can inform the viewer that something different is about to happen in a moment. Tip number 3, I always repeat that because I see many people make this mistake over and over again. Remember to not make your music too loud. That's it. It's that simple. It should be only in the background, not in the foreground. And remember that it's better to add too quiet than too loud music. If you find this video helpful, feel free to comment down below, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more educational content in the future. Also, if you struggle with some video editing issues, write them down below and I'll try my best to help you. Or maybe you will give me the idea for the next video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.